morning. Welcome to practice. I did not sleep very well last night. I don't know why, but we're gonna kind of start slow and see where we go from there. But the physical focus this week will be hip opening and side body lengthening. And then for heart space intention, I wanted to offer the reminder that strength comes in many forms, right? It comes in the most, I think, obvious and tangible of our physical body when we're holding a posture and we're engaged. But there are so many other ways that strength shows up in our lives. It shows up in an open heart and an open mind. It shows up in our commitments. It shows up in the ability to stand in what we know and to stand in what we believe in. I just pulled this this morning, so this is where this is coming from. But as we move across our yoga mats, as we breathe this morning, recognizing that strength is sometimes in softness, strength is sometimes in our patience, and sometimes it is in that push, it is in the perseverance, it is in the action, the activity, but that it's this multifaceted, layered quality, and so much of it is perception, right, or mindset, and seeing strength maybe in those less obvious places. And so I think a lot of our yoga practice is this curiosity and this exploring to open our minds to perceive in new ways. And so let's move with strength, but in a different approach this morning. The strength in slowing down, which is, rebellious these days. The strength in resisting what we've been told we are supposed to be or how we are supposed to show up. And with that, I'd like us to start in a seat if that feels okay. Virasana, hero's pose, if that works. Maybe sitting on a block, shins framing the block. But feel free to find whatever seated posture feels most supportive for you this morning. I'll take a moment just to settle in. Maybe starting that process by closing your eyes so you can really tune in to sensation. And you might start tuning into first the sensation of your shins resting on the earth, the tops of your feet in contact with the ground. And begin to move your attention, your awareness up through your lower body, through your legs, your roots, the bowl of your pelvis. You might shift a little side to side, feel your left sitting bone, your right sitting bone. You can tilt a little bit forwards and backwards, feeling the movement of your pelvis. And do you find that sweet spot that offers you more lift and length along the entire column of your spine? And drawing attention from your fingertips up along your arms to your heart space, and feel an opening, a sense of stretching across your collarbones. You expand a little bit more energy up through the crown of your head from that rootedness in your sitting bones. And you find length along all sides of your neck. And to find a little bit of ease to balance all of this lift and length, all this expansiveness, by softening the muscles through your face and through your jaw. And breathing into the space you just created, let each inhale become a little bit wider in all directions. A little bit deeper down into the bowl of your pelvis. And as you exhale, feel that sense of softening. A slow, deep breath in to expand. And a slow, steady exhale to balance out that expansion with some ease. Even in a seated posture, the seated shape, can you feel the strength of your body that is required to support you? The strength of your body to hold you up in this proud posture. And feel your breath supporting that strength, supporting your body. Taking a moment to acknowledge the fact that you showed up to your practice this morning. You made the choice to take this time to be here. And the fact that that's truly a choice. I think there are an infinite number of things you could choose to do with your morning time. You made the decision to be here, to move and to breathe and to practice presence. So just honoring that choice, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. When you're ready, an open mouth exhale, let your breath go. And finding another breath just like that, breathe in, stretch your breath wide to your back body, front body, side bodies, up towards the sky, down towards the earth. And then open your mouth and let that breath fall out. Just one more time, deep breath in. And a cleansing, clearing exhale, we release. And continue with your deep, mindful breathing. When you're ready, slowly start to blink your eyes open. You're going to inhale to circle sweep our hands up high. Feel that reach through your fingertips, the entire transition. And then side body stretch, let your left hand fall down beside you. As you swim your right hand up and overhead. Your left fingertips might be able to connect to the earth. They could also come to your left hip if you want some sort of support, but you can't reach the earth. That's okay too. Or just allow your left arm to hang heavy in space. Take a moment here, root down through your right sitting bone. Maybe reach a little further through your right fingertips. Breathe in. And on your exhale, see if there's a little bit more depth available. Can you soften into the space you just created? Okay, let's take another breath like that. Think inhale, length and reach. And exhale, soften in. Find a little bit more depth. Last breath here, inhale, reach. And exhale, soften. And slow and steady, breathe your way up through center. Both hands extend. Just feel the difference between your right side and your left side. And begin to take it over to the opposite side. Left hand's going to reach overhead. And you begin to find a place for your right arm, whether that's just in space, connected to the earth or maybe at your right hip. And then following your breath as we did before, we're going to root through the left sitting bone. Breathe in to reach. Exhale into that new space you've created. And 2 more breaths. Inhale for length. Exhale, find some softness, maybe shoulders out of ears. And one more time, your deepest breath in. And exhale. And no rush as you rise through center. Both hands reach tall again, and now feel left and right side bodies. And just invite your hands to heart center. Eyes opened or closed. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Perhaps continuing with the intention I offered of leaning into strength in its many forms, or just opening our minds, opening our hearts. Maybe there's something else that feels really true for you this morning. And just gather that intention forward to the forefront of your mind and right to your heart. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. And from here, we're going to begin to shift into a hip opening. You might choose to use your block still, otherwise you could sit it aside. And we're going to start to bring our legs in front of us. Let's go with the right shin in front. So you have the option for your cross-legged seat. Otherwise, we'll go into Gomukhasana. So from your cross-legged seat, you're going to stack your right knee on top of your left. Yeah. Shin split wide, maybe a gentle flex through your feet to support your knees. And find both sitting bones grounded. Take an inhale to get proud through your heart space. On your exhale, first just draw your chin towards your chest. Collarbones stay wide, shoulders out of ears. And then inhale, lift and lengthen, maybe a little bit of a cow spine. Open your heart towards the sky. As you exhale, lean forward any amount. So that could be like a quarter of an inch. Okay. And then once you find that first initial forward energy, then you can melt and let your head drop heavy. And just like we did with our side body stretch, we'll take 3 breaths here, giving ourselves a nice slow start to our practice. Whether you're in the cross-legged seat or in your Gomukhasana cow-faced legs, and can we find that sweet spot of opening but not forcing? Balancing out that sensation with a little bit of softness with each exhale. Okay, from our Gomukhasana or cross-legged seat, we're going to start to rise up, lean back onto your hands, and figure for your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Flex your ankle. You can use your hands to press your heart towards your legs. And then give this a little windshield wiper. Take it side to side. And release your right foot down. Take a breath in. Just puff your heart up for a moment. Maybe let your gaze lift to the ceiling. And we'll start to shift into cross-legged seat or Gomukhasana second side. So left shin either in front for your cross-legged seat, or draw your left knee to stack on top of your right. First, sit up tall with a breath in. Maybe you find that moment of chin to chest as you breathe out. Length through the nape of your neck. Feel that line of stretch travel down to that space between your shoulder blades. And then inhale, grow a little bit taller. Maybe find that puff of your heart up and dive forward any amount into your hip opening. And you can let your head fall heavy as you find that first point of resistance. And then let your breath be right there with you, 3 slow cycles. Notice if there's any unnecessary tension along your jawline, your teeth part. Maybe soften across your cheekbones as well. And for this last breath or so, can you direct your breath into the space of sensation? So visualize your breath going into your hips. Any sensation that is present along your spine. On exhale, can you find a little bit of ease? And take your time to rise up and out, leaning back onto your hands as you figure for your left ankle on your right thigh. Take that little windshield wiper side to side just for a moment. And then unwind your legs and start to make your way into your tabletop pose. As you arrive to all fours, breathe into your cow shape. Lift your heart and tailbone. Feel your navel continue to draw up and in though. And exhale to your cat pose. Push the earth away. Curl through your spine, chin to chest. To keep that space between your shoulders and ears. Tailbone tucks. Then inhale to your cow. Lift your heart and tailbone once again. And exhale, cat. One more time, inhale, cow. Maybe this one's a little bit more active as you drag the heels of your hands and your knees towards each other. And exhale to cat. Really push into the earth. Use your low belly strength to lengthen through your low back, through the tuck of your tail, chin to chest. Big push through your hands. And then find tabletop, extend out. Step your right tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat and press through your heel for a moment. Then we open to our supported side plank. As you spiral open to the right, swing your right hand overhead to the front of the room so you have your side body stretch again. Power on your glutes to encourage your hips forward in line with your heart, with your shoulders. And we rotate your gaze up to the sky, giving your right side body and your front body just a little bit more space. And then breathe from your right foot all the way to your right fingertips. And as you exhale, we're going to start to rotate down towards our high plank. So right hand lands. As you turn onto your right tippy toe, step your left foot back. Take a breath in. And then your exhale, soften your knees and send your hips back to downward facing dog. Then a slow pedal through your feet. Feel that root through your hands, that rootedness through your hands, sending your sits bones up and back. At the same time, can you reach the crown of your head towards your fingertips a little bit, making more space for your neck, your cervical spine. You take a little walk to the top of your yoga mat, find your forward fold, and invite your knees to soften. Head hangs heavy. Option for your ragdoll here as you take a breath. Any movement you want to add in is welcome. I'm starting to tune in to your hamstrings. That connection between your feet and the earth. If you have the ragdoll, go ahead and let it go. And a hug to the midline. Imagine there's a block that's like the perfect size, right, to fit right between your legs, and put a gentle hug into that. As you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, begin to lengthen out, fingertips to the earth or your shin bones, extend your spine. As you exhale to forward fold, keep your right foot forward and step your left foot backwards. Left knee will lower down to the earth. Breathe and draw your heart forward and through your biceps. And then as you breathe out, Ardha Hanumanasana, your half splits lengthen through your right leg. And draw your right toes towards your face. Drag your right heel gently to the back of your yoga mat. And just take one breath here and inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale to soften away from some of the striving. Go ahead and bend into your front knee. Lift your back knee off the earth. We're going to step into our cross-legged forward fold. Left ankle tucks behind your right. Pinky toes don't need to be near each other. Soften both of your knees, dive down. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. And start to unwind your legs to your traditional forward fold. Okay, softness in your knees. Slowly roll to rise. Take your time to grow tall, moment by moment along your spine. As we get to the top, let's blossom open through goddess arms. Feel your shoulder blades come together at the back of your heart to support the lift of your sternum. And inhale, both hands reach high. In your exhale, right hand grabs your left wrist, side body stretch, lean to your right. On your inhale, draw up through center, and then simply switch your grip and exhale to go to the opposite side. Lean to your left. Good. Inhale, grow tall. On your exhale, soften your knees and spill forward to your forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift is your breath in. And then root through your hands and step back to your high plank, using your exhale to cultivate that strength at your center, at your core. And take one breath in your plank, knees up or knees down. Let's find intention through your entire body, from your fingertips to your toes, crown to tailbone. Your in-breath, find a little shift forward, and then knees up or down. We exhale all the way to the earth. Keep drawing your front body up to your back body, so that whole descent. When you arrive, untuck your toes, and the anchor through the tops of your feet that lights up your thighs. Glutes get strong, the core lights up, and then inhale to your low cobra. Feel the back of your heart pull you up, crown of the head follows. Good. Staying for exhale, take a moment. Can you draw your elbows towards each other, towards the midline of your body to help open your collarbones wide across your chest. Think about lengthening from crown to toes as you take one more inhale. We exhale to release. Elbows stay drawn in. Slowly press to your child's pose. You can adjust your knees wide or keep them about hips distance as they are. And take a breath as you send your hips to your heels. From your child's pose, glide forward to return to your tabletop. Adjust your knees beneath your hips. Send your left tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat. Take a moment to press through your heel. And then we'll spin open to the left supported side plank. Right away, rainbow your body. Left hand reaches up and overhead to the front of the room. Now really push your right hand, your right knee, to elevate your left side body up to the sky. So you feel the space between each rib on your left side. Glutes are sending your hips forward in line with the rest of your body. Take a breath. Breathe into your left side. And then nice and slow over your next breath, and start to find your way into high plank. Square off to the earth and step your right foot back to meet your left. Take your inhale. And then press to down dog on your exhale. Find that softness through your knees as your hips rise up and back towards the sky. And coming from that hug to the midline here, just like we did in our forward fold. So imagine again, a block just the perfect size to go between your knees, your inner thighs, hug into that. And same with your arms. Imagine there's a block between your arm bones to hug into. Feel that integration to the center line. Take a walk forward into your forward fold, Uttanasana. As you arrive, inhale to lengthen Ardha Uttanasana. Your exhale, keep your left foot where it's at. Step your right foot back. Release your right knee to the earth. And just for a moment, draw your heart forward. Breath in. Your exhale, half splits Ardha Hanumanasana. Lengthen your left leg. One breath here. And you draw your right hip forward. Left hip back. And hug to the midline. Take your time. We're going into our cross-legged forward fold. So if you bend into your left knee, right knee lifts away from the earth. Right ankle will cross behind your left. Bend both your knees. Fold across your thighs. Take one inhale and one exhale. Unravel your legs. Traditional forward fold. Inhale to lengthen Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold right back down. Inhale to rise all the way to stand. You can take a flat spine this time, or you can roll up. We'll meet in Urdhva Hastasana, both hands reaching tall. On your exhale, hands gather to heart center. Maybe close down your eyes, coming back to your intention. You're feeling the strength of your body here, holding you up. As you root through your feet, for that upward lift through the crown of your head. A little softness through your knees as you draw your tailbone to the earth. Feel your front body draw to your back body to hold you stable. Heart to thumbs as you take an inhale. Maybe lift your heart, lift your chin. As you exhale, soften your knees and dive forward to your forward fold. Breathe in to lengthen Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, we step back into our high plank position. Bring your feet to about hips distance apart. And we're going to turn all 10 toes to our right. So we're in the stagger-footed side plank. Swim your right hand overhead at the front of the room right away. You're just here for a breath in. Hips lifting up to create that side body stretch through your right side. As you exhale, bring it back to center plank. Let me take it to the left. Toes turn to the left. Okay, peel open, left hand swimming up and overhead to the front. Push into the earth to feel the side body stretch through your left side. Deep inhale. And then to high plank as you exhale. Downward facing dog. Send your pelvis up and back. And then as you breathe in, both heels lift high. Like an ocean wave, roll forward to high plank. Tuck and curl until you find your shoulders stacked over your wrists. Inhale to shift forward to your tippy toes. And exhale one more time all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes. Find the anchoring through the tops of your feet once again. As you feel the support at your center, inhale low or high cobra. Back of the heart leads. Feel the crown of your head follow. Exhale back to the earth, release. Press your hips to your heels, child's pose. Choose the distance of your knees. Take a breath in along the length of your spine. In your exhale, wander your hands over to the right side, body stretch. Firm anchoring through your left hand, reach back through your left hip, take a breath. And exhale, soften through your shoulders. Inhale your way through center. And exhale, hands to the left, find second side. Root down through your right palm, reach back through your right hip, and offer a big breath to your right side body. Let your next inhale draw you back to the midline, back to center. Stay for your exhale and embracing a little bit of softness this morning. And start to slide forward through tabletop to find downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and lift your hips. As you're ready, an inhale reaches your right leg high, three-legged dog. And go ahead and bend your knee and open your hip. Feel free to explore any movement that feels intuitive here. Just give yourself one cycle of breath. As you're ready to transition, take an inhale. Headed to our lizard lunge. Right foot's going to step to the outside of your right hand with your exhale. Good. For a moment, sink your left knee to hover or tap the earth. Pull your heart forward and through. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, lift your left knee back up if you had lowered it. Left palm stays planted beneath your left shoulder. Twisting to the right, reach your right hand high. Rotate all 10 toes to the right. Let your right foot scooch back as much as you need to find your horizon lunge. Good. And as you think about squaring your hips energetically towards the right side of the room, swing your right hand up and overhead to add in your side body stretch. Find your inhale. On exhale, as we start to unravel, we're going to go into our figure four down dog. So bend into your left knee a little bit. Right ankle stacks on your left thigh. And then press your hips up and back. Keep some bend in your left knee. And then think about pressing your right knee to the wall behind your yoga mat. Take your inhale. And exhale, right foot will go in between your hands, low lunge. Turn all 10 toes to your left and bend your left knee for your side lunge. Or Skandasana, maybe sink all the way down to Skandasana. Just checking in to see what feels right in your hips in this moment. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, pivot to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. Take a moment to lengthen both of your legs. And then recently what I've been liking in my own body, what's felt really good, is if my left leg is long, I'm going to keep that, but just bend my right knee any amount. It doesn't have to be all the way to a hover. You can flex your left toes towards your face at the same time, but just allow a softening through your back right knee. Okay, from here, go ahead and shift back into a low lunge. And step forward to your cross-legged forward fold, right ankle behind your left. Take a moment to dive down. Make sure there's at least a little bend through both of your knees. So to hug to the midline, supporting at your center, rise all the way up with your legs crossed. This version of Urdhva Hastasana as you inhale. Left hand grabs your right wrist, side bend to the left on your exhale. Good. As you breathe in and start to rise tall through your torso, lean into your left foot, and with breath out, bring your right knee forward, one-legged mountain. Take a moment here. Then you decide tree pose or figure four. So right ankle can stack on your left thigh. You can place your right foot to the inseam of your left leg. Your standing hip opening. Use your next in-breath to add a little bit of length to your posture. And on your out-breath, can you hug to the midline of your body? Okay, take your time. We root to rise. Deep breath in. Return to your one-legged mountain. And your exhale, start to fly back through your airplane pose. We are on our way to our high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. You might give your airplane a breath depending on how it's feeling. Take a soft landing as you reach your right tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat and lift your heart in hands. Maybe tilt your heart to the sky, deep inhale. And then exhale, your hands come down to the earth to frame your left foot. Root into your hands, three-legged dog. Reach your left leg up and back. Take a deep breath. Bend your knee and open your hip. And just like we did on the first side, take a moment here. Any movement, any exploration that feels interesting to you. When you're ready to find your lizard lunge, start with a deep breath in. Maybe use your entire exhale. Can you slow down that journey as you step left foot to the outside of your left hand? Adjust your feet as needed. I just need to scooch my right toes back a little bit, so check in there. Right knee's going to sneak down to the earth any amount. So you can hover your right knee, you can tap the ground, but think about that block between your legs, that squeeze to center. As you start to lift your right knee back up, root down with your right palm and find your twist, left hand to the sky. Stay or start to rotate your feet, pivot to your horizon lunge. Left hand's reaching up and overhead to the front of the room. Take an inhale. And exhale as you square off. Figure 4 down dog. Left ankle on your right thigh. Bend your right knee. Then press your sits bones up and back. Think about reaching your heart to your thighs. Then try to reach your left knee to the wall that you're looking at. That wall behind you. Okay, breathe in, hug into center. Exhale to step your left foot forward between your hands. Turn all 10 toes to your right and bend into your right knee for your lateral lunge or skandasana. Slow breath in and slow breath out. We rotate to our right to return to the top of our yoga mat. And then step forward. Ooh, I almost forgot our hamstring stretch. Lengthen your right leg. And option to find a bend with your left knee. And feel your pelvis drag back in space. Option to flex your right toes. Just here for a moment. So you shift through your low lunge. Left ankle behind your right, cross-legged forward fold. Again, make sure there's enough room so both knees can soften. Dive down. And you find a anchor through the big toe mound of each foot and through the inner heel of each foot. Then draw energy up through your arches, up through your inner thighs. When you're ready, inhale to rise all the way up. Hands reach overhead in this cross-legged variation. Your right hand's going to grab your left wrist. Lean to your right side, body stretch. Breathe back to center. Shift into the strength of your right foot. As your hands come to heart, sneak your left knee forward, one-legged mountain. Take a breath in, find your steady. Exhale, tree vrikshasana or your figure 4. Take a moment to find your shape. And how can you emphasize more extension here? Using your breath in. And then can we find that hug to the midline with breath out? Take one more slow, steady inhale. Balancing out the effort as we exhale, incorporate a little bit of ease. Breathe back up with your left leg, one-legged mountain. And then take your time, begin your journey back through airplane pose, Dekasana. Just like before, invitation to pause here for a breath. And then Anjaneyasana, your high crescent lunge, left toes lower to the earth. Take a moment to lift your heart, your hands. You feel your shoulder blades helping to boost your heart to the sky. Hands come down to the earth to frame your right foot. Then walk your right ankle across for your half pigeon. Right shin's going to lower to the ground. Adjust your back leg as needed. Before you fold forward, take a moment to inhale, squeeze through your inner thighs. So find this hug in. That imaginary block between your inner legs. Lift, lengthen, and then maybe fold forward. So you find your half pigeon. Can you find your mindful breathing once again? If your breath has faded, use this pause as an opportunity to come back. That slow and steady inhale. Slow and steady exhale. And one more breath here. You can, of course, stay longer if this is feeling interesting for your body. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to press up to your hands. Begin to tuck your back toes underneath. Good. As you root into your hands, can you draw your right knee up to your nose first? Tuck in tight. Three-legged dog breath in. Bend your knee and open your hip. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Leaning forward into your right foot, maybe hands walk out in front of you. Malasana. Left foot steps forward and wide. Rotate your toes slightly outwards, adjusting that angle to what feels best in your anatomy. And find your Malasana squat. You can always sit onto your block here as well. Proud through your chest. Option to reach your hands up to the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hands come down to the earth. Rotate your toes forward and boost your booty up. So your feet are in this slightly wide stance. Your forward fold. Hands are going to catch your right leg or ankle, whatever's available. Just draw your heart towards your right leg. Take a breath in. Maybe hips go a little side to side as you breathe out. Then hands will go over to your left leg, whatever's available. Draw yourself towards your left leg. Take an inhale. Maybe direct some of that breath into the backs of your lungs. Hips might go a little side to side as you exhale. Good. Release through center. Step your right foot to the back of your yoga mat and walk your left ankle across for your half pigeon second set. Take a moment to kind of set yourself up, find those first initial adjustments. Then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, option to fold forward. Trace your breath through your body for 3 steady cycles. And just like we did on the first side, we're going to begin to find our way out. But of course, if your body is requesting more time here, really lean into that. And there's strength in honoring what you need, right? Listening to your body. We'll press the earth away. Back toes will tuck. So you lift your back knee, draw your left knee to your nose for a moment. 3-legged dog. Re-extend your left leg up, and then bend your knee and open your hip. Really reach your left foot to the right side of the room. Try to find that stretch at the front of your left hip. And then left foot to the outside of your left hand. Vinyasa squat, hands might scooch forward. Push your left foot to step into your squat. Adjust your feet. Let your hips drop and your heart lift. If you want to, for your breath, reach your hands up and overhead. Maybe palms stay connected, slight bend the elbows for that hug to center. And your exhale, set your pelvis to the earth. And bring your feet out in front of you. We're going to take Baddha Konasana, our butterfly. Oh my gosh, time goes by so quickly. We're going to find the shape in a seat. I feel like we so often take this laying down. So you can adjust the distance between your feet and your pelvis. Use your hands to invite some lift and length through your heart as you breathe in. And exhale, draw yourself forward. Maybe your hands walk out in front of you to offer a little traction for the extension of your spine. And let's start with our palms planted and then think about externally rotating your upper arm bones. So wrap your triceps out, down, and in. And just notice that space that is created around your shoulder blades, around your neck. Maybe come to your fingertips for a moment and think about dragging length along your spine as you claw the earth. You're feeling how the side body lengthening contributes to the spinal extension, the elongation along the center of your body. And rise back up. We'll take one more seated stretch for left and right side, and then we'll lay down. So I'm going to keep our right leg relatively in the same orientation. We'll send left leg out to the side for Janu Shirsasana. You might tuck your right foot a little bit closer in. Adjust your sitting bones to the earth. And then take a big breath as you circle sweep your hands to the sky. With your exhale, lean to your left, find your side body stretch. Left hand can come to the earth, your leg. I often like to place my left elbow on a block and then use my left hand to support my head. Right hand's reaching up and over. You can even let your right arm be soft and kind of let it rest on your head. Maybe you find a little exploration of the rotation of your heart towards the ceiling. 2 cycles of breath. We'll transition out through our stargazer. So as you start to rise up, push the earth away. Right hand will plant by your right hip. Begin to shift forward onto your right shin bone as you lift your hips and open your chest and your left hand overhead. If you want to take an arm circle in each direction, feel free to add that in. Right. Gently engage your glutes to help release the fronts of your hips. And when you're ready, melt your pelvis back down to the earth. And we'll switch out our legs. Bring your left leg in, reach your right leg out. Take a moment, find your foundation. Inhale, circle, sweep high. And exhale over to your right side, body stretch. And find the setup that feels good for the second side. And then come back into the awareness of breath. Just concentrating on the rise and expansion that accompanies your inhale. And the release that comes with exhale. That invitation to add a little bit of ease. One more deep breath. And take your time to start to find your way into stargazer. Left hand will plant. Press your hips forward as you shift onto your left shin bone. Supporting with your glutes. Open your heart. Option for that arm circle in each direction. Whenever you're ready, sink your hips back down to the earth. Just bring both legs out in front of you. When you're ready, either a slow, controlled journey from the strength of your core to your back body, or you can hug your knees into your chest and just rest backwards. When you get to the earth, take a moment to find a full body stretch. Maybe hug into your inner thighs, squeeze your legs to the midline. And then bend your knees into your heart space. Take a moment as you inhale. Gentle twist knees, fall to your right with an exhale. And a heaviness through your limbs. One breath here. And you might make the decision to stay right here. If you'd like to find one more hip opening, we're going to open the front of our left hip, so a quad stretch. We'll move through fetal pose, and then left hand's going to catch left foot. So if you'd like to go there, swim your right arm overhead so that you can roll onto your right side and rest your head into your bicep. And maybe your left hand reaches down to connect to your left foot, kind of like your bow shape or your dancer's pose. Draw heel to seat. Think about maintaining the lift at the front of your pelvis as you draw your front hip bones up towards your front ribs. Tailbone lengthens towards the top of your yoga mat. And feel how that just energetic adjustment at your pelvis changes the stretch to your left quad. For one more deep breath into the front of your left hip. And we'll exit through fetal pose, release your left leg. Nice and lazily roll to your back body, knees. Come back to your heart space. And then let your knees tip to your left, gentle twist. Start with just a breath in your twist. Slow, expansive inhale, creating space along your right side body. Breathing with the space you've already created. And finding a little bit of ease as that breath empties away. An invitation to let go. And then just like on the first side, you can stay in your twist. If you'd like to find your quad stretch, swim your left arm overhead and roll into fetal pose to rest on your left side. Right hand can reach down to catch your right foot. And then find the stretch through your right quad, up into the front of your right hip. And you can kind of move around at the bowl of your pelvis, find that sweet spot for a second side. And then can you flood your right hip with your breath? Good. Take your last breath here. Your exhale, start to release. Slow journey to your back body one more time. Happy baby. Make a little sway from side to side. Maybe bring your big toes towards each other for a happy baby butterfly hybrid. And then your knees open wide and forward for a moment. If there's anything else that you want to add in, maybe like a plow pose or a shoulder stand. You want to feel into your supine butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana, you could go there. You're headed towards our Shavasana next. So after you've taken what you need, allow yourself to gently roll and release into an open shape. Something that feels supportive for the last few minutes of your practice. Take a couple moments just to adjust, maybe close down your eyes. And then deep breath in. And one more time, open mouth, exhale out. So you take a breath in, let your breath reach down towards the bowl of your pelvis and expand in all directions from there. This rooted, grounded place. And as you exhale, can you let go a little bit more, drop a little bit deeper to that supportive embrace of the earth, allowing yourself to be held. If you have a little bit of extra space in your morning, I encourage you just to stay as you are. Take a couple extra minutes just to be and to breathe and to experience, to rest and receive. If you'd like to close your practice, if you're ready, and it feels true to bring hands to heart center, let your hands find their way to the center of your chest, your heart space. And just closing our practice with a moment of deep appreciation for the pathway that this practice provides into deeper understanding, to a greater understanding of strength in its many forms, appreciation for our bodies and our breaths. Right, for this day today, and for the opportunity that we had to move and breathe together. So we'll take one more deep breath in, nice and full. One more open mouth exhale, just let it go. May yoga provide us a path to compassion. And may our practices always serve as our teachers. Thank you so much for being here, and namaste.